So finally, the Justice League has arrived on the big screen. After years of being teased with getting this movie, DC fans finally get their Avengers up on the big screen, and it wasn't without any problems. Behind the scenes, notoriety was much abound with this movie. We heard about the reshoots, about some of the choices that were going on, how they were trying to change things a little bit from the rest of the DCEU, and it finally makes it onto the big screen. So what did I think? Well, there's definitely two camps with this movie. You've got the people that just absolutely hate it, and you seem to have the people that absolutely loved it. There doesn't seem to be much in between in this movie, and I, for one, was really surprised by how much I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. It moved at a blistering pace. It was full of characters who I loved to see interact with one another, and I had a really good time with the Justice League. Nobody was really more surprised than I was walking out of the cinema. The basic story is about Steppenwolf, a character that's had dealings with some Amazonians and Atlanteans and man like years prior, and they sort of robbed him of his biggest weapon, and now he's back. He knows that the death of Superman has left the world in chaos, and he wants his weapon back, and pretty much is going to take a band of superheroes to possibly, maybe, perhaps try to stop him. Well, we'll see what happens in the rest of the movie. The movie looks a lot lighter, a lot brighter than some of the other the DC movies. It doesn't mean it's super bright like the Marvel movies. It doesn't have that. It has its own tone, its texture. It looks lived in. It looks very cool. It's some nice setup, some nice scenery. Just the characters are populating here. The characters themselves, they're all fantastic. I really liked each one of them and what they brought to the city team. They're all different enough. They're all fun. There is some definite banter between them as well. There is some lines that's reused from other movies. There's some lines that are continued on from things they say earlier in the movie and repurposed for them. It's just fun throwback after fun throwback, and the interactions of the Justice League were some of the best things about the movie. Whenever these guys were together, whether it be battling or whether it would just be hanging out trying to solve the big mystery of where Steppenwolf is or where he's going next, they had a lot of fun. They had great interaction, and it was nice to see this little bit of levity in these movies that were often very dark and very serious. The movie opens incredibly strong, setting up the sort of Steppenwolf's minions, stepping up Batman, Wonder Woman, Steppenwolf. It introduces all these characters, and it's such a strong opening. And the movie does dip a little bit after this because it's so hard to keep up this frenetic and fantastic pace all the way through the movie. But the little digs I had at the movie were, I wasn't overly keen on Cyborg as a character. It just wasn't one that really enamoured himself onto me, and I found a lot of his backstory was a little bit melancholy, a little bit melodrama, a little bit slow, and sort of dragged the plot down a little bit. There is some sort of jumps as well where they instantly know where Steppenwolf is. They get there and they get to the final battle really quickly. There's something with another character that feels rushed as well. And it's a strange thing to say, but I wish this movie had almost been longer. And I've got a funny feeling we're going to get an extended cut of this that includes some scenes that were in the trailers that weren't in the actual movie, that just raises it up even more. We've seen it happen with Batman vs Superman. We've seen it happen with Suicide Squad extended cuts. This has got a feeling this is going to hit this movie again. I think we're looking at a 2.5 hour movie that could possibly make this into an absolutely fantastic movie. But for me, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I liked hanging out with the characters. I liked the action, which you can actually see what's going on, and it felt as if there was a little bit of weight to it. Unlike Man of Steel, where they were just throwing each other through buildings, this one felt as if they were taking some real hits, they were getting some real pain, and they were taking a little bit of a moment to recover from that before fighting. They weren't, immortal, even though some of them kind of are. Still, Justice League for me was a real surprise. I think you need to go and check it out in the big screen. I think it's fun, it's loud, it's in your face, it's quick. It's what you want from a superhero action blockbuster. But it's still a very good movie. It's one of the better superhero movies this year, and was something that was a real treat for me. I gave Justice League 4 out of 5. Almost great, not quite, but still very, very good. So let me know in the comment box what you thought of Justice League, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.